It don't have anything to do with
There's
age.
a lot
We're
of
talking about
men.
getting married too early, getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows, you don't actually mean it because you think happiness is what a marriage should be predicated on. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids, it's the rearing, it's lineage and legacy. Y'all up here talking about being happy. That's a joke in itself.
But I think that like there's this false narrative being pushed that women just give up on men when times are hard, and half of them come into situations or are currently actively in situations that are fucked up, and they deal with it. So erectile dysfunction, depending on what type of woman you're dealing with, just like you men, we get paralyzed. They are, man. Listen, I just think it's a really ugly and false narrative that when erectile dysfunction comes into the picture, all women are going out to fuck. Women aren't really hardwired like us. She loves.
Respectfully, you have a point, but I'm sorry, 6 days is excessive.
I got a question. So, all right. So, what if your husband says, you know what, we don't gotta smash 6 days a week, but I need some type of nut, like whether it's a hand job or head. How does that work? Would you oblige?
That's totally different than having sex. The art of having sex 6 days a week.
Look,
I
see,
have no
you
problem.
asphyxiated on 6 days a week. Come on, sweetheart. We just said it multiple times. It might be 3 days this week. It might be six
I
next
said,
week.
what part are you
Mel,
missing? What part are you missing, homeboy? I said meet halfway. And I agree with, okay, you feel like you need to make sure that your husband gets where he needs to get to. Then, okay, we're going to talk about other alternatives. That doesn't always involve having sex 6 days a week.
Yeah, maybe jerk my man off or some shit. Like just
And
let him.
absolutely,
I've
been there.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been there. I'm sure a lot of the women can attest to that when we're going through menopause. Since you think that's an excuse, how dare you say that?
So
How
let me
dare
ask you
say
this.
that?
I got a question for the men. Once you finish, I got a question for the men.
Is porn be an issue? Like, let's just say if you
Absolutely
do want to
not.
okay, because you want to withhold the box. So I
wanna
bet you
chill.
would say that. You slick. I got to watch you.
You want to chill.
Let me know when I can chime in, because I feel like this is becoming like men versus women, and it's again like marriage is supposed to be a team thing. I don't think 6 days a week is excessive at all. Sorry to tell you, but actually women's libidos do go up as we get older when men's goes down. So I don't think 6 days is excessive, but it's not even about the libido. It's not even about whatever science and biology is going on. It's about just loving your person. And I'm sorry, if I love my person, I'm gonna want him. Even if I'm not in the mood that moment, guess what? His needs come first, because sometimes we gotta fill our partner's cup when ours is really running low, because when it's our time, we're gonna expect that, right? So I don't know. I was married 17 years. What do I know? It is what it is. But I know that if my man needs some, he's gonna get it. But at the same time, yes, menopause is a real thing, and we need to get grace just as much as we give it, right? So this shouldn't be man versus woman. This shouldn't be what all these excuses, whatever. Like, I don't know. It's just.
I agree.
So to the men, right? Y'all was saying, you know, if I'm married, I got to get it from my wife. I'm getting it from somewhere. So let's just say hypothetically, these new headphones come out. They $800. You like, I don't have $800 for headphones. Would y'all be okay with, like, can she get that from it? Like, same way you can't get the sex you want from your wife, so you're gonna go seek it else. Can she go get those headphones from another guy because you won't get them?
No.
No, that's
and that is like crazy ignorant to even compare.
I'm sorry, he was asking the men, but
yeah, I
would simply tell you that's a false equivalency. You would have to equivocate sex to a thing that is a need. So you're talking about some headphones that she does or does not need. You would have to equivocate sex to like a mortgage or something like that. You never go a month without paying your mortgage without somebody looking down upon you. So you would never deny your man of sex without somebody looking down upon you and they're saying it like it's acceptable. I would make those two things equivalent, not some shades or some headphones.
Well, I got one for you, because I mean she triggered from that, so no problem. Let me ask you ladies a question here, because this is something that y'all speak about a lot. Since you want to talk about menopause and all the other issues and stuff, like, respectfully, okay, cool. But if a man had ED, y'all definitely would leave him.
No,
that's not true.
If man had ED, most of the time y'all definitely would leave him. It ain't gonna be no okay. Well, we're gonna try to talk and we're gonna try to work and stuff. If a man y'all talk about improve it all the time.
But here's the difference between what we was talking about.
What's going to happen then if a man have ED? Let's stick with that. We ain't gonna shift now. If he have ED, which way is it going to be? Because female would definitely leave a man if he had that same type of issue. Y'all talking about menopause, perimenopause, all the other pauses.
Here is the difference. When you hit a plateau in your relationship where you feel like this just ain't working, you have the option to leave. What you said is imperative. A woman would leave. If it is something that I feel like I cannot handle, I leave. I don't cheat. I don't go and get it from somewhere else. I leave.
Are we speaking about you or the masses? Because we speaking in general.
I'm speaking
Let me just speak real quick, and because I feel like I'm an expert in this. I counsel thousands of women, right? So what I've learned, right, and we just talking statistically from the women that I've counseled, Mel, right? Do you know how many women are actually not only suffering through being unsatisfied by their partners, but like literally dealing with men who not only are going through erectile dysfunction, but these men become evil. Do you know that these women are saying, listen, and I counsel so many women through ED, right? These women are not only not cheating on these men, but these men have the nerve to have a soft penis and don't want to eat no coochie. These men have the nerve to have a soft penis and have an attitude. These men have a nerve to have a soft penis and don't want her to have sex toys. So like I said, I haven't went through ED. I probably won't for a long time.
I got that issue, so we're gonna make sure we put that out.
Because if we're going to talk, let me cook. If we are going to talk about it, we got to really get into it. I think that like there's this false narrative being pushed that women just give up on men when times are hard, and half of them come into situations or are currently actively in situations that are fucked up, and they deal with it. So erectile dysfunction, depending on what type of woman you're dealing with, just like you men, we get paralyzed. They are, man. Listen, I just think it's a really ugly and false narrative that when erectile dysfunction comes into the picture, all women are going out to fuck. Women aren't really hardwired like us. She loves you. She's going to, and this is the thing. Erectile dysfunction is an easy fix. They put a pump in your nuts. You tap it once, hard dick. So, and a lot of these men get erectile dysfunction and don't want to seek help for it. My plane is landed. I'm gone.
A lot of women don't even know the man need to reach his climax 21 times a month. So that's when that 5 times a week comes. The only time she's supposed to be resting that thing is when the menstrual. But like I always say, your mouth still works.
Wow.
I don't think you guys realize in general, yeah, like Shut said, how unsatisfied we usually are and how much women really fake it. Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, us as wives and girlfriends have become porn stars, and just like you think we got it and we didn't, and we did it for you.
And I think
for your ego.
And I think sometimes men don't understand as well. Men and women think differently, right? So how I love my man is gonna be different from how he loves me, right? And unfortunately, we talk about lifestyle too. Lifestyle got everything to do with it. Take some shit off my plate. Free up some time for me. Like, what type of life am I living right now? Like, you got me going to work 6 days a fucking week and working overtime, taking care of the kids while you playing a video game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that women deal with. But my mouth work, right?
Yeah, but women still pick that kind of guy. I don't play games, so you picked them.
What do you guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage?
Absolutely.
No.
See,
I don't think you can be happy all the time. So it depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
10 years.
If I'm unhappy 10 years, yes. Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I just think that most things are fixable.
I think that matters too. Like
most things are fixable.
There's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age.
A lot of men
getting married too early, getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows, you don't actually mean it because you think happiness is what a marriage should be predicated on. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids, it's the rearing, it's lineage and legacy. Y'all up here talking about being happy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids? So your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage. We up here talk about being happy, right?
Why are you talking about the kids?
Because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? A lot of people can fake it till they make it. Y'all just said that about sex. So don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. You have postpartum depression, right? Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
The postpartum depression.
Do we have menopause?
Right.
And so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree.
But I'm just saying, but you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy.
10 years.
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 years. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
Just for the sake to say I have a husband. Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
No, don't
cares?
Don't interrupt them, Melly. Sorry, Nikki, what you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. You talking about 10 years?
Well,
Well,
Nikki,
I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family forever?
I think that after you exhausted all your options, then it's okay to say, all right, let's call it quits. But I think that you need to actually try before. But I made a promise under
I
God,
agree.
and that's it. And I take that very, 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 very seriously. And I was very unhappy pretty much from the beginning of the marriage. Again, I was married very young, so that was a mistake in itself, right? But I tried everything I could do, and I exhausted all options, and I did everything I can do, and he did everything he could do, and it still didn't work. Then it's okay to like respectfully, peacefully say, look, this is not working, let's go. But if you're just gonna drop like, oh, I'm unhappy, I'm out, then why did you get married in the first place?
Exactly.
Right.
I disagree though with DJ Hamp when he said age doesn't matter, because I look at it like you want to buy sneakers, right? You go to the mall and it's some dope sneakers in the first store you go to. You're not going to buy them. Are you going to buy them from the first store? No, you're going to go through the whole mall first and then see what store has the best sneakers. You might even get the same one upstairs on the second floor for a cheaper price. So like it's like going to a party and leaving at 9 o'clock and saying the party was whack or whatever, or it was lit. It's just too early. It didn't start yet. I think that's foolish for anybody to get married and before 30. That's the same like getting tattoos. I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and I regret them. That's permanent. That's something that's permanent. So I don't think anybody should put something on their body at 18. You don't even know if you're gonna like that, like when 10 years from now. So I look at it the same way. So age definitely matters big time.
Here's what I think. Now,
like your first marriage should probably be in the.
Yeah, I catch a drift. You kind of got a delay. Yeah, comparison is a thief of joy, and we don't find people being successful getting married later. We have a 50% divorce rate. So all this, I'm gonna go fuck a bunch of people, be with a bunch of people, is not working overwhelmingly, right? The truth is, we aren't committed to our commitments. But generally speaking, when people were married longer, they got married earlier, right? But we want to test the waters, whatever that means, and we're not being successful because of it.
We're not living in the same times when people were.
You didn't even finish. You didn't even hear my last sentence.
Well, you said so much.
I was talking fast. It was only 25 seconds. I counted it.
My thing is, you said something about honoring God, and truth be told, that the underlying issue of why somebody is not happy could already be something that dishonored God. So I'm supposed to stick around while my husband cheat and whatever else he doing and be
10 years
because we made this vow, right? But how fair is that to me?
You said dishonoring the Most High?
Yeah.
You would have to qualify what that is.
I just said, like, so I'm supposed to, like, if you go out and cheat, right? So you out doing your own thing. You out doing whatever it is that you do. You didn't cheat it. You didn't step outside of our marriage. I accepted the fact that happened. We are still together and working on it, but I am not happy. I'm supposed to just stay around and stick around because what?
Because happiness is fleeting. That's my overarching point. You know that too.
Yeah, but never mind the fact that you dishonor God when you stepped outside of our marriage.
No, you said because happiness. I'm just saying that happiness is fleeting, but we all understand that though.
Right.
Let me ask you this then, ladies. Y'all nowadays y'all really only committed to two things for the most part. At least that's what it looks like. Y'all feelings and y'all emotions. Y'all emotions is up, down. Y'all happy, this and that, like that. Mm-hmm. 1 minute y'all can say that y'all was happy in the whole relationship, and the next morning when y'all get upset, y'all will actually leave a man and say that y'all was unhappy for a certain amount of time. You literally just said, sweetheart, explicit, that you unhappy, but you're still staying there. How long have you been unhappy to the point that now all of a sudden you decided to leave? And do that man know?
Make no mistake, I don't play that game, so I don't have that issue.
Okay, any woman, we
stick around an unhappy game, so I don't know what that's like.
Well, you just said that. That's why I'm calling you out on you.
An example, because he said something about dishonoring God. So I said,
okay,
step outside the relationship, and now I'm sitting in the marriage just unhappy as can be, and I'm supposed to stick around because I made vows. Like I wasn't speaking on my own personal.
Okay, so if a man don't know that you unhappy and y'all constantly keep saying that that y'all supposed to be so happy for so long, like I said, females nowadays.
If I'm not communicating to you that I'm unhappy, then that how do I plan to become happy if I don't tell you I am unhappy? Like, let's start there.
Most of the time, y'all don't tell a man y'all unhappy until it's already done. Y'all done made your way out.
Well, that means the marriage got more problems than just me being unhappy. Because
if you being unhappy, why are you not communicating with that man? Most time, first of all, I'm a man. I know there's other men that's here. Majority of some of y'all women are probably, even they stand in the comment. A lot of females, y'all already be making y'all way and y'all exit out before you even letting the man know.
Oh, absolutely.
So how about we just answer that question? Why do y'all do that?
Usually a woman is planning her exit because she did talk to you already, because she did ask you for change, because you're not changing. Yep. And how many times do I have to ask you for change before it happens?
That's
so
clearly
I
not true.
Cheating. I'm still here. You
that
still don't appreciate the fact that I'm here.
So true.
And now I'm planning my exit in my head.
9 times out of 10, we have tried everything. Therapy, we done tried to talk to you, we done emailed you, we done text you.
Go ahead, girl. Cook.
We have done the work, and y'all still want to do what y'all want to do. And when we are committed and we want to save face for our family, we gonna deal with it. Because I know.
Get quiet, just all of a sudden, or is it frozen?
No. I'm letting her speak. It's respect. I'm letting her speak because if you want to get technical, like they say, y'all always say y'all always tell. Nah.
Well, everyone is different.
Speak.
I hate that I have to be the simp tonight. They're gonna call me a simp for this, and it's gonna seem like I'm siding with the women tonight, right?
You just keep it real, unlike these men on here.
They're jaded. They're women haters.
They
are jaded.
I agree
Especially
PJ. Y'all go before I say
about everything. So they definitely gonna complain.
But let me just say this. And I let everybody go out and say anything for 10 minutes. I counted like Hamp. I got like this imaginary clock. So let me cook for a second, right? So we talked about happiness, or the lack of, not being a reason to walk away from a relationship. That's what Hamp said. He said, do you think that you're supposed to be happy? Which was fucking insane to me. Now, like I said, I only life coach women and men for a living. What do I know? Happiness, satisfaction, appreciation, these are the only reasons to stay in a relationship. So I think that what we don't talk about, because we talked about the kids, right? Which is where I stand with it at, right? Kids pick up on energy. So if you don't think that your son or your daughter knows that their mother or their father is extremely unhappy, if you don't think that they know that as soon as you leave, they're sliding down the wall and crying, and like, what you have to understand, no, seriously though, these kids are sponges. And so what you'll be teaching your son or your daughter is, it doesn't matter how unsatisfied you are. It doesn't matter how unhappy you are. It doesn't matter how unheard you are. It doesn't matter how underappreciated you are. You stay because you took those vows. But what about the vows to me? What about my self-worth? What about my self-esteem? How about this? I am not good for anybody unless I'm good for myself. And so it's one of the things that I teach a lot of my clients, right? In order for you to have self-love, in order for you to have self-worth, you must first learn how to be selfish. And when I talk about being selfish, that means that I am making decisions that benefit nobody but me, because the harsh reality is that's what life is. 10 years of unhappiness? You want me to stay around for 10 years of unhappiness? I don't know. Somebody had said it, and it gave me chills. Somebody said, I'm leaving after 10 months of not being unhappy. And when I tell you, the shit gave me chills, because this is what you have to understand. Love is not a reason to stay in a relationship. Children are not a reason to stay in a relationship. I tell people we need to normalize leaving because of the children. Why would I want my daughter to see that? Why would I want my daughter to say, you know what, baby girl, no matter how much he cheat on you, upset you, no matter how unsatisfied you are, you stay in it because you took that vow. I'm going to want my daughter to get what she got coming. And the same thing with my son. You don't stay because of no kids. That woman does not respect you. You are not satisfied. And I'm going to land a plane. I just wanted to get that off.